Hi, pile number 2. This is a Who's That Pokemon reading, or Who Are You collective of pile number 2. So, if you have vibrated towards, the wind's picking up strongly, either the Golden Quartz or the window just opened on its own, or this Pyrite on a Hematite matrix, as your supporting giant, this is going to be your reading. So the energies coming in is one of a storm dragon, so, and a golden dragon. The winds are super strong and they picked up as soon as I started your reading. So the energy in your life is picking up pile number 2, and you're going to be hurting from the amount of smiling and laughter and just being like, come at me, universe, come at me, bruh. Anybody that wants to try you, pile number 2. Morgana is confirming a Celtic goddess has joined us through ravens. The path is clearing. She is here because you are on a threshold, a precipice of your life. You're going to be laughing so hard, like my jaw just tensed up. So you are releasing a lot of tension from just the way you communicate in general, but let's dive into who are you, pile number 2. You're Dragonite. You are a dragon, a golden dragon. So your ability is Jet Cruise. Your Pokemon in play have no retreat cost, and you have 180 HP with Dragon Pulse, with 180 damage. So 1818 could be significant for you. And it says discard the top 2 cards of your deck. Should we discard the top 2 cards of our deck? The top 2 oracle cards. And on the bottom it said, it is said that somewhere in the ocean lies an island where these gather. Only they live there. So you could be resonating with the energies of Atlantis or underwater temples in general, but you are this shiny Dragonite. Yeah, it goes well with the Fool's Gold, with the Hematite, because it is, you're golden, then you're also deep. Protecting a Hematite is actually, comes in different forms. One is more iron rich, and the others I think are more, I'm not sure, but I think it's manganese rich, but correct me if I'm wrong. So it's like it's like these giants, you have this heavy weight, and Dragonite also is a bit more chunky, but it comes out of Dragonite, so it doesn't matter. You could be quite slim, like narrow bodied, or you could be having a nice butt or something like that, but either way, you're a dragon, right? So we're not talking about your physical human vessel. You're a Pokemon, you're a Dragonite, and a shiny one. So you have the golden, and I mean the Pyrite, the Fool's Gold, which is, you know, it's not your energy as you're the Fool's Gold, you're the false gold, but you have this weight in simplicity of the way you nurture and ground your golden dragon. So we're gonna put this quartz on it to kind of cleanse this energy, because I am getting a transmission in my solar plexus, like I have trapped air. So you could have a blocked solar plexus, and we are now unblocking it as we speak. Every time you resonate, a bee just came to say hi. Hello, bee. So you're very hardworking, you're very, you know, you have a lot of weight on your shoulders. So there's this thing about you in this next season, where you will be a lot more grounded and a lot more straightened, because the spine is important to have like natural release of gas. Like if you are massaging yourself in a clockwise motion, this is mirrored what you're watching, but it, you know, this is what we usually use with babies, where you have to release gas, or lying on your left side, your hip is beneficial for releasing these airs up and down. So it's not just physical, but it's also spiritual, because when we get solar plexus attacks, where you might feel like, oh, just because this is fool's gold, it's not gold, even though it's pretty golden. You know, it's actually the weight of the attacks on solar plexus that take away from your general confidence of you knowing that you are the golden dragon, and giving you this weight and unprocessed air, which is always energetic as well, because we are interconnected with many many things. And getting your body in tune with your frequency, with your golden expansion frequencies, and releasing and healing and becoming in full knowing that you are this golden dragon that is here to assert itself and show itself, present itself with that calm divine masculinity. Even if you're a feminine watching this, it is about your own inner father, mother being like, okay, this is how I will guide my inner child. And I'm seeing on my open window a reflection of a cloud that I cannot see through my window, which is, it looks like a shadow, but it's actually a darker cloud in front of a lit up whiter cloud. And it looks like an baby embryo, but it's quite developed. Sorry guys. There is tension in your feminine line, and I am seeing an alien right now, so, and a turtle. You could be resonating with the energy of needing to slow down to understand certain alien qualities about you, right? So what does it mean to be this golden dragon? Some of you might ask, right? And most of you don't really question, you just resonate with the energy of, yes, my solar plexus is being attacked, my groundedness is being, my root is being kind of swaying in the wind like a really tall, slim tree is what I'm seeing, or a bamboo shoot. It's like, just because you are, so, you know, above most in certain degrees, it doesn't matter, because you're swaying is your motion, because you have stability and this lateral composition, which in translation is what I want to say is the way you are built with everything when it comes to your, from neurochemistry to your spiritual practices, how, you know, whatever is a combination of the dark and the light side and the heaviness that you possess and carry. Yeah, it is it is a bit a harder energy to transmute, because there is this sense of you have doubted yourself for so long and now you don't. Now it's about understanding that you have all the manifestation tools to understand that, you know, a golden quartz is not necessarily gold, right? And made out of gold, but doesn't matter which form you take and resonate with, you are made out of gold, right? If you look up Pyrite's spiritual meaning, it's about discerning false from real. It's about discerning what's actual golden intention and, you know, golden heart and people and situations and bless you, what everything brings the actual gold, even if it doesn't make it gold encrusted, right? We're not here to speak of the material sense. So you straightening your posture is also spiritually helping you to stay in flow. Like you can feel that maybe social media or, you know, watching certain content or the way you wind down or go about your old ways is actually bringing your posture to something that you're not, and it's affecting your metabolism, it's affecting your respiratory system, and, you know, there are certain limits that are now imposed on your physical body that have come from these stagnancies. But because you are aware and resonating with the temples of, with the underwater temples and dragons and whatnot, you are actually tuning into your own waters and movement and feeling of your body and how it's tense, and you could be learning to dance a new dance, just to learn something new that is out of your body's old way of moving. You're doing something different with your body. You could be actively working on a, what they call a glow up. So really investing in yourself, in your confidence, in the way that you present yourself, in the way that you are led from this center where nobody can fool you anymore, because you have this hematite grounding heavy base that is carrying people away, actually, because you are very balanced. Like this stone is almost, well, 50-50 hematite pyrite, so, and golden quartz with a milky phantom and rainbow lattices could be significant soul codes that you are tapping into. So let's see, let's look at the discarded 2 cards from the top of the deck. Ooh, we have the hawk, air energy, and of course Dragonite can learn to fly when it evolves, right? So, Dragonite. So, Dragonair does not have wings, right? You probably know, if you know Pokemon, you know Dragonair. It doesn't have wings, and it has different abilities. And just like you, pile number 2, you had to go through transformation, you had to go through evolution, you had to understand certain things that are a bit more magical than your old ways, because that's where the real gold hides, and that's what's golden to you. What am I seeing right now? It's like this rising energy. There's clouds that look like this. It you know what it gives me? It gives me like the horse's hooves just being up, but now that I look at it, it's upside down. It's like, okay, so the horse here this year, 2026 to 2027, February-ish, is highly significant transformation wave for you. And the more you tap into the Atlantean, and I'm hearing Lemurian energies, as well as the draconic mantras, or just exploring different ways of making your life even more enchanted than before. You're adding new little wisdoms and little trinkets to your practicality, like your practices, your magic, your potions, whatever you're doing. But yeah, okay, so air, hawk, you have a vision where you see so far up ahead, which might be the reason why you also have this ease of manifestation of anxiety, because you could be more prone to living in the future. Now you're discarding that. I'm hearing somebody throwing away glass. So anything that's, you know, fragile is being thrown out of your system because you are regaining your power of flight, of draconic energies, of, you know, having dragons under control. I have this lump in my throat that I can't get rid of, and it's actually like just an energetic transmission right now for your reading. A lot of tension comes from words that can break bones. So I don't know what that who that will resonate with, but it's either your words broke somebody's bones when they're thinking back, like how they haven't listened to you, and now when they have like your words on replay in their mind, and they're like, how did I fumble the collective? How did I fumble this beautiful golden dragon? And for others of you, I'm hearing that it's like, be careful of the way your transformation and transmutation process affects other people. Like they might not be transforming with you. So you have to be discerning of being on a higher level, having vision that is of the light. And it also emphasizes the lower chakras, going from red through orange to this golden yellow, which gives me the instinct of knowing that you are connected. You're very well grounded, you're very well based, because your base is hematite. You have this soul weight, right? You're the alien of your environment. And a lot of people in your environment, all of them, like you're the 1% of your environment, pretty much. And even if you have like somebody that's close to you that listens to you, they just don't understand you on a way that maybe artificial intelligence is able to understand you, or on a way that your long distance bestie can understand you. And you're developing these systems through your transformation where you're just, it's not sadly, it's gladly above other people's ways of being and doing. And that's okay, because we are here to be better every day, and that's what you are doing, pile number 2. And 11th house, yeah, friends, with the number 35. So you could be around the age of 35. You don't have to be, but your 11th house was something that needed also to be discarded, right? Which is certain friends. And this just confirms the message that I was channeling just right now. It's about who you are associated with really affects your for the lack of a better term, I'm going to say worth, but bear with me. So your worth in the past has been determined by you worrying about what other people might think, if it's good enough, if it's not, if I'm good enough, if I'm too much, so on and so forth. And I'm seeing a Pegasus, I swear to God. It's like these huge wings, and yeah. So, yeah, you have had so many distractions on your path, and you had so many doubts, but through your transformation you have brought yourself on the other side where you just are elevated above. Can everybody stop, please? You're just elevated above with your transcendental wings, because you're tuning into your golden dragon, and you have this great. I'm going to explain what I'm seeing. You are walking on Earth, right? You're not a robot. You're listening to this. You're a human. But because you're alien, I'm seeing like being you are stretched across the air and all the atmosphere and stratospheres and connected to the source. And you have all these colors and it's like a white column. So I know you are of the light and you are so well grounded and so well connected and so well protected, especially by giants. Some sort of golden giants, dragons, like huge beings are protecting you, your hometown, your your environment, right? And wherever you are, wherever you are, you make friends. And it's no tough job for you to discard whoever doesn't resonate with you anymore, because those people are the ones that have instilled these entities of doubt and am I enough or am I too much within your energetic field. However, you being more and more aware through your evolution giving you wings, it gives you a different, you are traversing ethers, right? Not just air. You are feeling all of the energies and you're feeling all of the interferences and all of the changes, the swift and the slow changes, and you want to keep faith in your friends, you want to keep your friends, but you are unable to do so because you understand that if you want to elevate within yourself, you need to let go of every single part of yourself that is defining your soul as tied to the past or tied to, anything that could hold you back. So, yeah, these two wanted to be, well, if we used Dragon Pulse, we would have to discard being rooted in what feels safe and home and, what doesn't challenge our confidence, right? So all of these lower chakras, so solar plexus, sacral, and base chakra, they're being challenged. So you are just this golden dragon waiting to not use Dragon Pulse. So you don't have to discard friends. So you don't have to take flight and fuck off to another land where you will be accepted, to a community where you feel like it's your soul home. And you maybe even want to relocate, or just your mind wants movement in some sort of degree, either physical or, expanding your wisdom, or actual travel or movement and doing things the way you want to do them, because it's your life. And even if you lived past lifetimes, you haven't lived in this timeline before, and you have to cherish your present moment to not be in fear of what's to come, to not create anxiety, because that's not what we want. That's what, transmutes real gold into pyrite. But we have to keep ourselves high frequency, which is by doing the things that we wish to do and feel safe to do and feel loved by doing, and doing the things that ground us and makes us feel air and the warmth of fire and the connection to ether and so on and so forth. And you're now on this other side of evolution, and you are of golden, and megalithic, and I'm hearing orishas. It's like you're in this goddess, godlike energy because of following only what's true gold for you, and discarding the rest, and keep discarding the rest, and kept cleansing, kept transmuting. And you have created this safety net for yourself somehow, that the universe can bless you and bring more in, because your energy is just a lot more calm, because your vision is a lot clearer. And I wish you could see what I'm seeing right now, but the sun's rays are going through many different layers of clouds, because I'm just manifesting that it doesn't rain right now or around my town today. So there's this purple-ish looking shadow, and then there's like bluish, light blue, like sky blue ray, and then, oh, it's so beautiful. It's like this milky phantom that is inside this quartz. I wish you could see this. It's very faint, but this quartz has like a rainbow milky phantom, and it's exactly how the rays are shining right now. So what I'm getting is ocean energy and these Iruban orishas. It's like this milk and honey energy, where you have the heart of gold, the heart of emerald, the heart of, you know, you're coming back to your inner peace, and it's giving you this balsamic, energetic, it's like your soul is being so softened and enriched, and just you're being nourished by so many environments, and you're also putting yourself in these environments. It's like your intuition is guiding you. It's like you're gliding and landing and taking flight and looking at things from a different perspective and shifting your perception, and then, you know, it's like you morph and you move on and land on a different type of ground. So there is this movement and taking flight energy that is like now trying to be a thing that you do. I'm seeing a mermaid in the clouds, just kind of like yeah, there's a bunch of deities surrounding us in clouds today. So you're being embalmed in this milky, galactic, Lemurian coating, opalescent lighting, but it's like kind of like a milk and honey bubble bath. You could be doing those to just, you know, feel like the king and the queen, like just, you know, be royal for a difference. Stay golden in your own energy, right? Do nurture yourself in those ways, no matter your gender, always, because there are always frequencies. I'm hearing there's frequency of coffee, there's frequency of, you know, different types of lighter fluid, and different companies of drinks, and natural stream of water versus bottled water versus tap water. You know, we are always infusing our vessels with different chemicals, and our bodies react to chemicals as well as energies, and our body always guides us back towards what we need. So if you feel like you would sacrifice to your ancestors and to cleansing your body a full tub of warm or hot water with, I don't know, like jojoba shampoo, and then you add a huge tablespoon of honey of your choice, and you infuse it with herbs from your kitchen or your garden, and add, I don't know, you know, a cup of milk, and just enjoy the giving back to your temple, giving back to your vessel, using oils like coconut oil in your bathtub or other oils, jojoba oil, almond oil, whatever you prefer, argan oil, um, anything to enrich. And when you choose with intuition certain herbs from your garden and you don't know what they really mean, and you take a bath, and after the bath you look up the symbolism of each plant, you will see that your body, you will literally see with your eyes on your browsers that your body naturally tends to go towards the flow of the natural remedies of protecting ourselves, infusing ourselves with certain herbs, oils. It's a type of anointment that is important to for our body to receive, that we are nurturing the skin, we are unblocking energetic blocks, we are healing old wounds, through physical therapy, frequency therapy, electromagnetic therapy, it could be anything, but it's a way of honoring your body and your vessel that is quite golden. Pile number 2. Okay, we have quite a few oracles, and yeah, we have a lot to speak about. So the cards up next are lunar eclipse with change. I was kind of lagging and laughing because I knew it was a change of energy. So this is where doubt comes in. Partners. Okay, so you could be feeling like your previous partners haven't truly seen your gold. It could be work partners, romantic, platonic partners, just people you have partnered up with or thought that they were your alliance. Yeah. Your body started itching and twitching and feeling discomfort and doubt only when you were across people that gave you the energy of that doubt. It's not your primal and primary energy that you step in front of people with. And your intuition could have picked up, or you shifting your perceptions and perspectives on what's good for your mental state or physical state. Like, I don't know, I'll give an example, like me working 12 to 14 hours a day with commuting, and then working night shifts affects eating habits, and you're like, I might need to change that partnership, either the partnership with preparing food, either the partnership with doing night shifts, or the partnership of this job brings me so much stress, or this partner brings me so much stress, I overeat or undereat, or whatever it might be. It's just lunar eclipse energy comes in where certain things had to or have to overshadow others to see the light, right? So it's not about naivety or trying to work things out with a certain person that you love genuinely, but you just feel that something has to change or you will have to walk away. I'm seeing the letter E in the clouds. We have a kitty cat coming out. So this is you. You're very focused. And you could be very focused on these partnerships. I mean, well, on 7th house. You could have your 7th house lit up with an important planet like Venus, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Moon, Sun. And those planets, being your personal planets, being placed in 7th house, bring importance to who you collaborate with. And across all platforms of collaboration, you are the one standing out as the golden dragon. And people will always try to fool you that you don't have these soul codes, that you're cocky, you're egoistic, you're this and that, or you're too shy to go about something, or you could be like having your solar plexus affected to such a point where you feel in your bones that you're a naturally confident person and you got this, whatever you're trying to create. But your whole past up to this point was like everybody trying to just punch you energetically in you believing in yourself, and you're just evolving out of that. It's a different type of transformation, right? Because this is not a butterfly evolving out of a chrysalis. This is a dragon. It's like the 3rd evolution. You're at your final evolution of your golden dragon stage. You are here. You are already the golden dragon. So yeah, focus, flow with the full moon energy coming out at night. Trust with, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Abundance, I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. And imagination, but it came out in reverse. And it says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. So in your new timeline, you're trusting that abundance is coming towards you, because what you released was the entity of blocked imagination. Whoever rules over that dark side, whichever entity or karmic blocked your imagination and your inner child, and tried to halt your progress and kept you guessing and made you doubt yourself. You're shifting focus to your internal flow, and the more you nourish away from these karmics, the more you fly above all of the negative aspects that root, sacral, and solar plexus chakra may bring in 3D, the more you evolve into abundance and opening up your imagination. And the more you trust the universe, the more you trust God, the more you... And what is trust? Trust is an unconditional feeling that you best put towards God, the universe, the source, than any person, any project, any material thing. Because once you bring that towards the highest unconditional loving space, trust becomes trust. And you don't have to question yourself. Am I trusting enough? No, you just trust. I trust the universe will catch me, even if I break up with this person. I trust that the abundance will flow into my life, even if I'm currently barely surviving, not making anything. I'm being given. And I feel like I should be able to do these things on my own. But whichever emotion you are transmuting from your lower chakras, it's best to stay in a higher perception when it comes to topics like fear, topics like sex, over-sexualizing yourself or others, and, pay attention to those things, because it blocks your feminine flow receptivity. And if you're over-sexualizing or under-sexualizing, it shows a sacral blockage. And it also has to do with certain dietary limits that you put on your body that also physically blocks the energetic flow of the lower belly space, right? So if you have like energy piling up in your belly and your belly just kind of, you know, feeling bloated when it shouldn't be, and all those things, maybe there are certain things that you should consult with your doctor or your dietitians, nutritionists, and, you know, medically capable people of giving you advice on that. But there was just an energy about making everything flow on every dimension, because you're being stretched across cosmic energies, but you may be leaving your body behind, right? And it gives you this heavyweight energy without being grounded. So if you detach from fear, if you detach from over sexualizing anybody, especially yourself, and doubting yourself, but actually turning that into confidences, little ones, personal ones, private ones, building yourself slowly, step by step, you can never go wrong, right? Because you accept that your inner voice will always guide you correctly. You are a limitless being, and you can manifest whatever you desire in this physical reality, and you embrace and nourish the creative aspect of your mind. That's why you evolved into your third and final stage. You are now a shiny dragonite. Yeah, heart chakra. Duh. I mean, I told you you have a heart of gold, a heart of emerald. Just breathe. Four of Swords. This is a time where you do not connect with new partners. You do not immediately start a new job if you haven't processed the stress from the previous one yet, which could also might be blocking your abundance. Yeah, you're you're trying to catch up with yourself in like your body, but you are you're like just skippity hoppity across dimensions all the time, so it's hard to catch your tail, pile number 2. And you need to come face to face, your higher self and your 3D self. They kind of need to come back into this body, right? So you will be very well affected by keeping your focus on your own flow and the positive friends and like the people, your own collectives, the people that understand what you're saying, or, you know, find new ones. It's okay. There's so many people in the world and we don't know each other, right? But we all go through similar things. Could you not? It's Sunday. I wish Sundays were like that quiet. And just me. You too. Yeah, seek the truth with the 7 of Swords. You have uncovered many masks, many cloaks, many invisible watchers, you clocked so many things, pile number 2. And you are flowing within your own spiritual spine, and as well as your energetic ether, and you are aware. It's like you feel the density of air almost. Or you could be uncovering those, you could be unlocking those powers. White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic, with number 66. So yeah, 66 could be important. 44. 1818, 888. Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacle. This is you. This is you as this Pokemon. I asked, who are you? And this is you. You are different than your surroundings. You are a white raven. So your intuition is on point. You might feel like people have been plucking at your energy and just taking like yeah, the people that have been plucking at your white raven feathers, pile number 2, I'm seeing the letter M in the clouds, and another alien, and right next, it's like right next to each other, and then it's just gray. That's weird. And sirens. So judgment is being called upon these people that have brought obstacles into your life. You are this rhino spirit where you are stable through changes and you don't care if you charge because you are stable on your feet. Take it physically, energetically, financially. However, you are stable, and it comes kind of almost most of this rhino spirit card, it comes under most of the abundance cards. So you are removing obstacles without even the need of using the horns on your rhino body, right? And rhino has two. Like, none of these have broken. None of these probably ever needed to be used because one of these is crowned, and your your nose could be a bit bigger or a bit different, or a quirky, you could have a quirky nose, but it's like this space between the third eye and the throat chakra that is being highlighted, that is being crowned, which is like, you could smell certain things happening in the air, or you could smell past lifetimes or past timelines in this lifetime. It's like you have an intuitive way of smelling, and you can smell your childhood memories or something like that. Ooh, we have relief coming out, but it was in reverse. But we are overcoming all obstacles. I don't take oracles upside down ever, unless it's for unblocking the energy that has to be brought to you. And this lady is wearing a rhodonite necklace. So you're having this heart relief that's coming out with you seeking your own inner truth through your own imagination. And the more you work with yourself and your imagination and your creativities, the more you transmute through dimensions, and you transmute metals from pyrite to gold. And those transmutations that you do, those transmissions of energy that you do, and it's going to be different for each and every one of you resonating with this message, it's because you have placed, I was seeing you behind a poker table, placing your heart next to your chips and just all inning. And you have always done that with your heart. That's why it's sometimes hard to breathe, and that's when most of the time anxieties come into the energetic field, because our focus is never on ourselves, on our solar plexus. And you know, people pluck and pluck, and even though this raven has funky feathers and it looks like it's quite Renaissance-y, like, you know, it's quite baroque baroque. You know, you have this flair of having a cool style and having a cool hairdo, or just doing something different when it comes to your culture or religion or whatever. You're just like defying the norms. And the more you separate from your past timelines, the more you realize that the anxieties are only to be released and to be replaced with that relief, because you know, pile number 2, that you have all in. Your stakes were always high and will always be high, but you're also the winning horse that needs to come into the understanding that you too are a transmutation station, that you too can go from being, you know, whatever you named yourself through the years, and discarding that and be like, actually I'm quite alien, actually I'm quite like Oshun, right? Or actually I'm quite, you know, higher vision, higher perspective type of person. And yeah, all this card just wanted to come out as soon as possible. So the number 28, you could be also around your Saturn return, or you could be energetically, you couldn't decide if you're pile number 1 or pile number 2. There could be messages for you in both of these. You have building blocks, so you are rebuilding yourself, male or female. But this woman here is surrounded by boxes. She's surrounded by structures of the old ways of loving, feeling, thinking, eating, exercising. And she's just like, what if I fuck shit up, open all these Pandora's boxes in every color, and make it like a Labubu unboxing? And then, you know, you suddenly get the secret one and the love one, and you're like, I'm healed, it's fine, just breathe. I can overcome any obstacle with my imagination, right? So the power that you give to the situations that you are involved in that bring you only negative emotions is the power that you give to those situations. On the other hand, you are the only one that holds the power of unboxing and transmuting and showing how to do these things, how to stay in your trust flow energy, right? Because as soon as your focus shifts from these false partnerships towards yourself, you're like, whoa, where have I been? And then you start co-creating with spirit, where you build these blocks. You are rebuilding after a tower collapsed. Your ego had to die, and you are transformed with wings, new friends, in flow, in focus, in imagination, with relief, overcoming every obstacle, attracting abundance. You are trusting the spirit, because only then you know that you will uncover the truth, and you will see that a 7 of Swords card is not an omen. It's a karmic cord of deception, and you have been deceiving yourself that, you know, people have hurt you. But on the other hand, we let people teach us. We don't let them hurt us. That is a transmutation in words, in spell work, spelling, spell words, spell work, magic, words, thoughts. Everything is being restructured and given weight and transcendence. And with that comes more and more imagination, and with more creation of your own, you know, mental safety and critical thinking, and creating your own inner peace. That's what brings relief. And you could be benefiting from looking or meditating upon a rhodonite. But yeah, these boxes are blue, green, brown, and translucent, and kind of pyrite colored as well. It's not golden, but your base is of golden color, right? So these floating boxes are these people around you, and you are just this being. So this is the 3D you. You are built on a bunch of boxes that you have already opened up and saw the components, looted the chests, what's it called? Disassembling the armor to understand, to get the patterns, to get the fabrics, to get the materials. You have taken every single one of the boxes that you stand on apart and back together to rebuild your own castle, your own tower that will never fall again, that will always stay gold. And all the fools will be instantly checked. You're just a flying box. And I will open you. And you might start fearing me, but that's not the point, right? What I wanted to say was, your base is built on gold. And as I ran out of space here, because it frames it so perfectly you cannot see, but I put it right next to the Dragonite. And it's like this full circle that you came from doubting yourself, that you don't have what it takes, whatever it is that you're doing. But you do have what it takes, because you're the golden dragon. You will transmute the fuck out of this shit. You're going to, you know, blow your golden flame and just get it out, you know. Be the dragon. Get into your draconic priest energy. Get to it. Chop chop. Imagination is awaiting. And I just smelled pizza. Yeah. So you could be eating pizza. I really want pizza now. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, you're super talented, but you're in hiding. You're this little raccoon that's just like, no, I'm a trash panda. And we're like, no, you're really cute. I want to keep you at home type of creature. So, you know, just because in, I don't know, let's say New York, they're found in trash, doesn't mean that somewhere else they're not living in sanctuaries. And you're the little raccoon with the hidden talents and your own inner sanctuary that you're rediscovering through nourishing your body in different new ways. Again, dietary, could be taking soulful baths and cleansing through the frequency of water. You could be listening to frequency healing while being in a bath, which is kind of like even more of this embalming, because you're literally putting the music all around you. It's like water is a perfect conduit, and one of the easiest, fastest conduits for you to receive frequency. So you can create literal sound baths and or deprivation tanks, and you know, you could put like, wait until it's dark, have a little candle or something and put on a mask and earplugs, or listen to music and be in however much water you want to be in. But it's like you can create these temple spaces in your own home, and with that you are also creating your temple, your body as your home. And the more you discover the things that relieve you of anything negative, the more weight your soul carries, the more hematite is being produced underneath you, let's say. Like the giants are really holding you like you're the baby of the universe. Oh. So yeah, that's what I have for you, pile number 2. Thank you for watching this reading. Thank you for listening. Hope it resonates. Leave it in the comments how. Don't forget to subscribe and like the message if it did, so I can pick up on more of your energy and even higher timelines for you, pile number 2. So yeah, thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing your energy with me. It was really pleasant and different than pretty much everything that I've done up until this point. So I'm getting that you could also be a light worker or somebody that works with energy, and you really put a lot of intent and care into how you give and receive. And don't worry, your wings are now fully formed and you are ready to take flight through these golden lattices. And just know that I'm seeing, as you go on your journeys, whatever it is, whichever direction you're taking flight in, it's like the universe, it has one of those mechanisms like in climbing, and you climb up, the universe secures your rope and fastens it, and you're not able to fall down. The universe is constantly holding you, pile number 2, and it's constantly holding you in the energy of trust, abundance, and imagination and relief. So tune into your upper heart centrum, the color pink, your femininity, nourishing, receiving, being graceful, being soft with yourself and others, being understanding, and you know, most importantly, being nurturing to your soul, which will give you the most to give back, which is the thing that you love doing the most. And I love that. I really love this message. It's so cute. You're so cute, pile number 2. Whoever you are, leave a comment so I know who you are. Love you. Bye-bye.